A recent conversation led me to Karen and Lyle Snyder's Jubilee Gardens in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And now, the hybridizer, Karen. We're standing before something I believe is magnificent.
Thank you, and welcome to Jubilee Gardens. This is a nice cross because it's very velvety, good substance, has good branching and bud count.
I see all of that, and you don't even mention, for me, what I see. My eye sees a depth. I see a texture. I see that it's not affected by the elements as much either. I would think this is a very desirable introduction, and you're going to name it what?
I don't know, but I'd love you to have the honor to name it, if you would.
Well, I'll think on that.
Okay.
Well, Karen, in your process of hybridizing, you have about 3 locations, don't you? So this is area 2? Okay, and why is that?
Well, when I first start watching them bloom, I plant them in the back in an area, and then if I decide that they're worth looking at again in subsequent years, then I bring them up to this baby bed, and then I watch them bloom the 2nd and 3rd year, and then if they're worth registering, then I'll plant them somewhere else and then empty this bed out. But it's always got something in it. This is one that is worth possibly registering. It has kind of a toothy ruffled edge. You can actually see the deep lavender color on the edge as well as the yellow, and then it's got kind of like the pale peach edge. So that's one that I'll keep watching and possibly register in the future. There's other things interspersed. There's several different types of oriental lilies.
Well, I particularly like the tall yellows.
Yes, those are the Orient pet, which are the cross between oriental and trumpet lilies.
Well, they're certainly beautiful. I'm excited about what I see as some of your creations, Karen. Let's talk about the tall one back there.
Yes, it's a beautiful kind of peachy pink double. As a hybridizer, you have to watch them bloom for 3 years because they can change each year. And so you're looking for bud count and branching and of course the flower itself. And this is one that sometimes doubles and sometimes doesn't. So as it gets older, it will probably double more.
I think I've heard an interesting name you have thinking.
Blood moon is what I'm thinking about. We've had several blood moons lately, and so that's kind of what I was naming it after. And
so you've had this going for over 3 years now.
Oh yeah, this bed's probably been here for 8 years.
So these have been in this area 3, 4, 5 years maybe? Okay, now you said something interesting. You started with a seedling. And so you've taken a pod that grows on the top, and then you will take it into your own seeding area and you start little babies.
Yes.
And that's done under light or whatever. And then you have them to a place that you feel that they're large enough to transplant.
Right.
And then they come here. Well, I'm going to regress just a little bit. I want to know what led you to the starting point that you really wanted to hybridize daylilies, and the favorite ones, single, double, spider. What is it?
Well, I like gardening. I kind of got that from my mother. She was a gardener, and I like more of the formal type gardens. And so I just bought a few daylilies, but then I started kind of researching online and started seeing all the big daylily hybridizers in Florida. And we made a trip there. It's called the Daylily Mecca. And there's big hybridizers all over Central Florida. And we went down in 2007, and I got bitten by the bug.
You fell in love.
And it's so easy to pollinate and cross. You just have to keep the ploidy right. That means the chromosomes. Some are diploids, which these are.
These are all diploids.
Some are tetraploids, which means they have more chromosomes. So they're usually the prettier, bigger flowers. And so you just make sure, that's why we tag everything, so you'll know that you're making the right cross with the right ploidy. And so then in our zone, sometimes it takes a little seedling longer than it does in Florida. Like they can see it grow in the first 9 months. Here we can. It has to take a whole year in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So then that first year you'll see it bloom, and then you just go from there. You have to watch it bloom for 3 years before you can register it, and then you just pick the ones. You pick it based on the bud count
Mm-hmm.
and the prettiness of the flower, the substance of the flower, and the branching and the scapes. Now, a lot of people want to call these stems, but they're actually called scapes.
Yes.
And they need to be strong and sturdy. Early blooming, mid blooming, late blooming. There's a few that will bloom continuously, but not many.
Karen, your inspirational pieces and why?
Well, Barbara Mitchell is a good example. It's got very good substance and form. It has good bud count and branching. It's got tall, sturdy scapes. And the pink double that I hybridized came out of this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
I
a
like
good cross.
the green throat and the stripes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another.
Yes, this one's called Southport, and I love doubles. Ruffled edges is big in the daylily world, and as well, this one has the carving or etching in the throat.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see it's got little extra petaloids.
Oh, I do see
Mhm.
that.
So this is another one that I would use for a cross, because it is a tetraploid, because it's just got more chromosomes, and it's just a really pretty one. So that's
Makes
got
it
good,
fuller, doesn't it?
Yes, good branching right here, good bud count. Well, this is Ruby Spider. It's not really a spider form. It's big. It's really kind of almost like what we call a UFO form, which are just bigger, and this one even has a little bit of a twist to the petals, but it's just vibrant and beautiful, and in a clump it's stunning. It just really stands out in a garden, especially when you have a display garden. The one we're about to see is Jubilee Garden Fairy, and it is taken obviously from some of the really pretty ones that we already saw out in the garden that were my inspiration. And it is a double, and it's got a really pretty center. It's kind of, the petaloids here are kind of starting to crinkle a little bit. It has increased as far as the number of fans dramatically just in the past year. You can see it does have good branching and good bud count.
Mm-hmm. And I think as grow people in their home garden, they do like to see those fans increase.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that means that they can move them to other places, and that's as important to them almost as the bud count.
Yes.
Behind us, there's a circle. Within the circle, there are 6 parts. So you've utilized them each differently. So what is your concept of design and plants here?
Okay. Well, I love the English formal gardens, and so this is really called a parterre garden.
Yes.
And we did the 6 pie-shaped beds that are 16 feet long and around, radiating out from the gazebo in the middle. And every other one we planted with the boxwoods and roses, and then every other one was the daylilies. It's like a little secret garden when you get in there under the wisteria.
Yes.
That's on the metal arbor, but the wisteria, as it can, has pulled the arbor over. So
That's
that
exactly
is
right.
one thing that people need to remember when they're planting wisteria.
It will take it down.
It will. And I really designed it to have weddings, because there's the arches that you come through there, and to come under here and then go down through the rose tunnel and end up under the big pergola.
You're a wonderful gardener.
Oh, thank you.
And I thank you for the day that I looked into your eyes
Okay.
and we had a conversation.
Yes.
But we are no longer strangers.
No, we're friends.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.